ICT Summit in Warsaw. Alex Hunter is with me. Hello.
Hi.
Do you know Polish startup ecosystem?
Yeah, I do. It's something I've been involved in for the last couple of years through various conferences and events in Krakow and in Poznan. So I've been exposed to the environment and I'm very impressed by it.
So I think you're the one that I can ask how did it change for the last few years, because a lot of people say that it's 10 years ago there was almost nothing, 5 years ago there was something, and now it's the ecosystem and now we're just pumping it up.
Yeah, and I just got off the stage from judging a startup competition, and two things stood out to me. One was just the quality of the product is extremely high, and the second thing is seems to be a shift towards hardware. I think the cost of manufacturing has come down. There's a highly skilled workforce, specifically around engineering, that is able to produce things here in Poland that normal startup conferences, they just don't have the opportunity to create anything like that. So it's very impressive.
So do you think that Poland, that we can be the center of this part of Europe? Because I know that you're also watching a lot of startups here in Europe. What do you think about our specific region?
Yes, no, absolutely. I think because you have the necessary resources and the engineering and development talent, plus a sense of design, and then access to broader European markets, I think it's perfectly positioned to really capture this entire region for not just startups, I think beyond startups, for the next generation of technology company.
Could you give an advice to a Polish startup who just want to get out of his own market to do a global brand?
I think there's two things that I would suggest is be very clear about what you are creating, the story, the problem that it's solving, and be entirely living that philosophy, and then everybody else will. And the second is, don't assume that because something works in one country, it will work in another country. I've seen a lot of startups make that mistake, and it can be fatal in many instances. If you take care of those two things, it'll be just fine.
Because a lot of people also say that we have great skills, sometimes great engineers, developers, programmers, but we have a little bit of problem with the business mindset when we're doing from local to global. Sometimes we're doing it wrong.
I think there's an element of that, and it's just it's a question of getting confident with the product story, the narrative, as opposed to the nature of the product, the technical specifications of the product. But looking at it, how would you explain it to my mother, who is not technical in any way? How will it improve the life of the average consumer? If you can be very comfortable with how you talk about that, then I think it solves that problem of sort of over-engineering a solution to a problem that not many people have.
So you believe that this storytelling about your product is one of the most fundamental things in doing a startup?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to get people emotionally invested in what you do, or at least interested enough to give it a second look.
Great. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
A lot about storytelling and a lot about startups here at the ICT Summit Warsaw 2014.